Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to the BAM podcast. This is our Monday beat 'em up lunchtime show with Paul Malco. How you doing, Paul?
We're doing great here in Union City. We're just starting play tests on the newly revised stuff post Kickstarter, so everything's quite busy and quite good.
Sweet. Okay. And just joining us, also wearing a cool T-shirt, is Thomas Reinhardt, aka Jason Sunday. How you doing, Jason?
Doing great. How are you guys?
All right. And waiting for the Claritin to kick in right next to me is Walt Rebillard, our controller ops or GM. Oh, hey, Abe Smith is joining us. Wow, everyone's coming all of a sudden. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to restart my cam and put my avatar back on there because it wouldn't let me. It kicked me off completely. I had a little blank face. That's no good. I have to be the Hulk.
You have to be the Hulk.
You have to be the Hulk.
The agent of Smash. All right, I am obligated by contracts to play the intro music because we are a high production value podcast and people have to know that. So. Is the bloom off the rose yet? Is that too much? Do we need to switch that up now?
No, it's cool. And you know, we need on the inside of that somewhere. We need pictures of Paul dancing.
I don't know if I can handle the kind of bandwidth that might bring.
It's funny because, like, in the two shows that I'm on that have intros, this one and the Sci-Fi Writers meeting. Playing old school D&D on Friday. It's funny because, like, Paul, you were just dancing kind of behind the scenes, and every time I play the intro for Sci-Fi Writers, James M. Ward, legendary game designer, dances like crazy, and I'm just like, I need to be able to put this. I got to find a way to record it. Hey, Angry Spartan just joined us on Twitch. Hey, what's going on, Angry?
Hey, Angry Spartan. Oh, hey, we are now on Facebook. Facebook took like 5 minutes to get us up. So, hey, Facebook, how you doing?
Yeah, Facebook takes a long time to get it up. It's it's a real problem.
And there we're off Facebook again. Thanks for I'll have to see if I can live stream to Parler or something.
Yeah, because that worked so well last time.
It's coming back. All right, so everybody, we're playing White Lies, which is a cool old school Revolution espionage game by Bill Logan. It's a lot of fun. It plays fast, and it's totally goddamn free. You can find it right now on DriveThruRPG. PDF is free. You got to pay for the printed book, but that's because paper costs money. And let's review who everybody is playing. I am a thief who so far hasn't managed to steal anything, unfortunately. And my name, I think Charlie Bell. And because in the book it's Cherry Bell, and I felt weird about playing a female. So I'm pretty sure
we don't judge.
I'm just afraid I'd make the same 3 jokes like for a whole hour and just annoy everybody. So I'll just play a dude and make different jokes. All right, Jason, you were playing Thomas Reinhardt. Tell us about him.
So Thomas Reinhardt is the transporter, the driver. Done a little bit of driving, but hopefully we'll get some more in.
Sweet. Yeah, currently we have been stuck in a casino on a luxury ship, but who knows where the game might take us.
Right.
In the upper right-hand corner of the Brady Bunch grid, Paul is playing Stanley Meeks, who's a bit of a spy master. Can you fill us in on the details there, Paul?
Yeah, unassuming Stanley Meeks is not at all a physical spy, but is very much a master of the mental game.
All right, cool. Do you look like the guy from The Paper Chase?
Yeah, I mean he's a ripoff of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, the George Smiley kind of archetype of spy master.
All right, sweet. And speaking of all things British, Aid, who are you playing?
We broke 8 again.
Okay.
Dude, I could just picture like a...
Okay, I'm muted. That's why.
Yeah.
Big monkey Jesus, right. Yes, I am playing Grant Vaughan. I am the Eliminator. So I will be taking my notes from the Hitman playbook.
So you're the Eliminator?
Yes.
I have so many thoughts about this.
Eliminator, Afterburner, the two ZZ Top albums. There you go.
Yep, there we go. All right, so when last we left our not so intrepid heroes, you guys had been tasked by BAMF, the Ballistic Action Mission Force, to board this luxury cruise liner that has been had its main showroom converted into a massive casino. They were holding a huge charity event, and one of their biggest donors, aka Lil Dragon, who is a Chinatown rapper who has made it big on ScrewTube and now Hate Space and all the social media outlets. They have come to everybody's kind of come to see him and his entourage play some games around him and watch him roll the dice big. While you guys were kind of surveying the area, checking out security and what was going on, Nelson, who's kind of like your controller ops guy, your handler, he's told you that a certain bit of code. Captain Gilgosha on Twitch says, "Hate Space, ScrewTube." Yeah, that makes sense. So Nelson, who is your controller ops, has told you that a bit of code that could undo the very fabric of Western society is being carried by Lil Dragon as part of a spy ring. He has the code on him, most likely in some sort of key fob or jump drive or something that will allow him to transfer it on the ship. But as such, you guys have decided that you're not the only crew that is there. AID has discovered a federal agency possibly masking as partygoers on the ship. They have taken over a secluded room, which AID has managed to infiltrate once or twice. And just as AID was hanging out in the kitchen getting ready to make more, to get another snack run for these guys and kind of keep tabs on them, Lil Dragon decided he was going to kind of create a shell game or a hat trick. He took a whole bunch of his winnings for that night and decided to donate it to charity right on the spot, and then took another handful of winnings, $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000 chips, and throw them into the crowd, making a massive scramble and all sorts of chaos going on as people try and get these chips. So, Paul, where are you in this action, and what are you doing when this happens? Because right at this moment, we had Charlie Bell, aka the Thief, who was saying over the radio, "Guys, can I pull the fire alarm so we can move this along?" And that's when the Lil Dragon kind of beat you guys to the punch. What are you doing?
He is going to, as unobtrusively as possible, move away from the flying chips and try to quietly follow Little Dragon.
Right. And we have Mike. What are you doing when you notice this kind of shell game going on? Mike, you're muted. I think
my plan had been to pull the alarm and bump into next to him and try another pickpocket, because my attempt before was awful and bad and didn't work. So I will try to bump into him in the panic and chaos and see if I can get whatever key fob is in his pocket.
Gotcha. AID, what are you up to? Are you still in the kitchen?
Yeah. Did I see any Wi-Fi equipment and routers and that kind of thing in the other room, or is that stored elsewhere?
You didn't really see any Wi-Fi routers. They're probably not using wireless on the ship.
Yeah. Okay.
So it could be hidden in something that they just have stored out of sight, maybe in a bathroom or in something like that. But the kitchen definitely has Wi-Fi routers.
Okay, so I just wanted to see if I could do anything with their monitoring of the event from this end, whilst we hopefully cause a distraction and manage to get this thing off the guy on the other side of the wall.
Right on. And
okay.
Yep. And Jason, what are you doing when this happens?
I'm going to continue to try to distract his bodyguard while this is going on, so that Charlie can try to pickpocket without anybody watching.
All right. So, which bodyguard are you going to distract? Because he's got like the Kelly Hu looking bodyguard. She kind of looks like Kelly did in X-Men 2. Very nice suit, thin, pulled tight, thin ponytail. There's a lot going on with her. What?
Yeah, I want to distract her.
What are you doing to distract her?
I think I'm going to just try some casual conversation.
Seduce her.
Maybe a pickup line or two. I don't know.
There is nothing casual going on, as she has Lil Dragon by the back of the jacket, and she has the bottom of her forearm pressed against his back and shoulder, and she's kind of leaning him forward, and she's pressed up against him, trying to move him through the crowd.
Okay, I want to kind of help. Okay, get out of the way, All right,
so you're going to clear a path for them?
Right, but I'm sticking with them too.
Okay. So that brings us back to Mike. Mike, they're heading right towards you. Epic time to pull a bait and switch or a pickpocket.
Yeah, I will fumble into their path and kind of shoulder into him by mistake and apologize profusely and pat him to make sure he's okay. And what do I need to roll to see if I succeed at this?
All right. So do you have let's see. Do you have your skill in picking pocket?
I do. It is right up here. I get a +1 to action checks involving stealth, sleight of hand, acrobatics, and security systems. I also get a +1 to any dex-related rolls.
And what's your action die? Your action check should be probably 5 or 6.
All right. Do you guys see this window I'm sharing or not?
Yes, but it's teeny tiny.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's see if that helps.
Level 1, yep. So you need a 5 or a 6, but you get a +1. So that means you'll get what do you call it? You need a 4, 5, or 6 to succeed.
All right, but I also get a +1 on dex. So do I need a 3, 4, 5, or 6? Or am I reading that wrong?
Nope. Yeah, that's something totally different.
All right, cool. So 4, 5, or 6, I succeed. Just roll 1d6. Okay. Wish me luck, fellas. I'm over here in the Wizards of the Coast die roller, rolling 1d6. Oh, got a 4.
Nice. So do you just purloin whatever he's got in his pocket, or do you switch it out for something like like a used Heinz 57 wrapper or something like that? So like he pulls his hand out and it's covered in red. Oh, I've been hit.
I just put maybe an old pack of Pokemon cards in there I still had from grade school. I'm more of a gentleman thief. I don't want to take without giving something in return.
That's better than what the Twitch chat was saying that you should put in there.
I'm sure. I'm familiar with it.
You're going to get a Charizard in there. It'd be well away, so it'll be okay.
Yeah, you just better hope there's no rare cards in that deck.
That's right.
What are the chances of that, though? All right, so hey, I get a few feet away where I'm sure I'm secure, and I'm like, the eagle has landed. And no one knows what that means, but hopefully they can figure it out.
All right, so you look into your hand, kind of like a quick glance, and it looks like a key fob.
Yep. Like for a car or something I can plug into a computer, or a little bit of both. Hard to say.
Maybe a little bit of both. It's kind of like egg shaped but thick. You definitely, it feels like some sort of electronic device or remote of some sort. And it's got 2 little buttons outlined in silver on the black. On the one side, it's got an open symbol, like a unlock, and then on the other side, it's got a lock.
Okay. Well, I'm just a pickpocket, so I'm not going to be able to figure this out. So I ask where I can meet up with Thomas. Hey, what's your character's name?
Grant.
Grant. Thomas, Grant, and Stanley, so we can figure out our next move, which I'm guessing involves getting the hell off the boat quickly.
Yeah, because you guys haven't pulled away from the pier. Everybody's still on the pier. So if you needed to disembark from the boat, it wouldn't be that big of a problem.
So I communicate this information to Stanley, Thomas, and Grant. And do we want to meet up back on the pier? What do you guys want to do? I think this is the target.
Yeah. I'll give you a nod. And again, kind of pull back and watch to make sure that nobody is following Charlie. And if they are, I'll intervene in that. But again, as unobtrusive as he is, he'll hang back and oversee. So again, just making sure nobody has picked up on Charlie's theft and is following him or trying to pull the same gag twice.
Aid, while you're in the kitchen, kind of
Yeah.
like moving stuff around, you see the down the hallway those agents,
Mhm.
especially Danielle, who is
Mhm.
the sister of the guy you served with in Kosovo.
Yep.
They spill out into the hallway
Okay.
and start running for the main hall.
Okay. Okay. Is there any way I can block the door, kind of scoot through the door and block it before they get there? Or is it a two-way swingy door?
Well, you have a two-way swingy door, so you could open it, but they could easily run around it. The hallway's nice and wide for that, something
Okay,
like that.
right.
So, I mean, if you were to do something else with something possibly in a kitchen,
I could attempt to bring out a lovely tray of vol-au-vents and accidentally trip and spill them in front of them, and and then profusely apologize as I pick them up one by one.
that sounds like a great idea. Also, Captain Kilgosha in the Twitch chat wants to know if you can make him a sandwich while you're there.
Yeah, what you want?
All right, so you grab a cart and start rolling it out toward the into the aisle.
Yep.
All right, the first agent attempts to leap over the cart as he sees it. He does, and he just as he's sailing over, you're just like, no, right? And as you like grab a serving dish, the cover of a serving dish to what's going on? His foot catches on it, and the whole tray spills over. Like the whole bus still spills over into the hallway. Several of the agents kind of lose their footing on broken porcelain and a little underdone chicken, and they hit the deck. 3 more manage to kind of hurdle over them and keep going on their way to the main hall. Danielle, the agent you've been interfacing with, has hit the deck, but she's really quick to recover herself, and she's like, "Come on, man!" Thomas, what are you doing?
Thomas is gonna tell Charlie, "I'm coming." I'm gonna pull out a card from my pocket and hand it to the bodyguard and say, "Call me," and then I'm gonna head his way. Give her like a week on the way out.
Very, very smooth. All right, so where are you guys meeting up?
Stanley, you're the mastermind. Do we have a site?
Yeah, I would say so. Can we? We're rendezvousing off the boat. Controller ops.
That seems wise, right?
Yeah, that was.
So let's say that there's a hotel across the pier where we have a room that we can all get to.
Do you call Nelson, your handler, to ask, or do you try and get back to the car that brought you here?
Okay, sure. So yeah, when he sees that Charlie is getting away with the package, he'll use his earpiece to call Charlie and say, or Nelson, and say, Echo to Home Nest, we have the package. Shall we away?
You hear Nelson come back on the line. You do realize this is secure communication. You don't need to use call signs or code names or anything like that.
Yeah. He looks rather put out and says, I copy that, Home Nest.
Yes. All right. So he says your best bet will be to get back into the car and try and make it across town. We can get a pickup car from there and then exfil you out of the city.
We read that, and he'll say to the team over the secure line, "Head for the wheels, loves."
All right. I am following Stanley's directions, heading for the wheels.
All right. Aid.
I will continue to flounder around on the floor to slow down anybody that's still in there, and then once they've kind of gone out, I just kind of toss it aside and just walk out straight out the front door.
Right on.
He quits.
I'm done.
This has been way more than I can handle. Thomas.
Thomas will head for the driver's seat for the car.
Right on. You managed to get down there first because you kind of had like quick access to the stairs, and you run up to the valet, and he runs off. You don't know where the car was, where it was parked, but hopefully it'll be sooner than later. Charlie, what are you doing? Mike.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm heading for the car. If I'm at the car, I'm getting in the car and saying, "Let's go." Well, wait. Oh shit. Where's Grant? God damn it.
All right. It takes a few minutes. The valet eventually comes up and nice nice 8-bit representation of Spy Hunter. That's fantastic. Do you have like the little dagger wheels so that you can like eviscerate the cars next to you?
If we keep watching, maybe we'll find out.
Oil slicks. All right. So you guys have a pretty massive SUV, black SUV with like running boards and all that kind of stuff. Of course, it's highly enhanced. The guy comes up, gets out, hands you your opens the door and says, "Oh man, this is sweet."
Yeah, thanks. Give me the keys.
You guys hop in.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. As you guys are all pouring in, you see just ahead of you, Little Dragon. Little T, don't sue me. Little Dragon jumps in to a car. He's pushed in by his bodyguard. As she pushes in, she kind of like looks and she taps the side of her glasses. And then you see her tap it again. And then you see her head tilt and she's looking right at your SUV. She gives you exactly. She gives something over the radio, like she's talking to somebody into her radio, and then you only wish you had machine guns like that and a rocket launcher. And she says, she just does like she wags with her fingers like pointing forward, which is behind the vehicle that she's in because she's ahead of you guys, and she like points towards your vehicle. She gets in and then slams the door, and they take off. I mean, there's smoke. There's tons of like burning rubber. She just takes off. Do you guys take off quickly, lightly? What do you do?
Yeah, let's floor it.
All right, so you're gonna floor it.
He's the driver.
Yeah. And I'm like, I love you.
All right, you guys floor it. You go down the ramp. There's a guy down at the ramp who's like got one of those like cone flashlights, and he's like doing like one of these, like, hey, nice and slow. He moves out of the way a little dragon, and he's just like shaking his hands like, what the hell? He turns to you and like jumps out of the way even further.
We got him, thanks.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with Jason Statham. Just make sure you're not to go over 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then, he jumps out of the way, and you guys floor it, hitting the deck, and start maneuvering through the docks on your way into the city. After a moment, do you continue a frantic pace out, or do you what do you call it? Do you kind of slow it down, merge with traffic?
Inconspicuous.
All right. So as you're merging with traffic,
Drive casual, as they say.
Right. I mean, people see our stick figures on the back windows.
do you have stick figures on the back windows?
Yeah. They're mom and dad and little kids and
my T-Rex ate your stick figure family, that kind of deal. So
TIE Fighter blaster stick figure family.
So as you guys are inside the truck, the radio chimes. You see the little symbol of the Ballistic Action Mission Force kind of scrolling on the center console, and Nelson comes over the radio and says, "Gentlemen, why don't you put the nice wheels? Why don't you put the fob into the console, and we'll see what we can do about cracking this open."
Yes, I comply.
All right.
While furtively looking at the back windshield.
He says, "Nelson, Paul, what's your character's name again?"
Stanley.
Stanley. Can you assist us with this?
He says, but of course, and we'll put the fob in the car.
Excellent. Mike, just make sure not to go over 30 seconds on that. That way I don't get hate mail from Twitch.
I understand. I've gotten a few from YouTube lately, too. I literally got a C&D notice for playing a trailer.
Oh.
And I had to appeal it and say, it was a trailer. It's a promotional video.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game.
So you start going through, a little keyboard folds out in front of you, Stanley, so you can assist Nelson in cracking open this thing. As you guys are making your way, Aid, you've been working with Thomas, kind of looking in the mirrors to make sure that you guys are clear, and you get a vibe that you got two sedans that are behind you. They kind of scream to you like sleeper cars. One is like a little Volkswagen, boxy but good, and it seems a little too nonchalant. Like you make a turn and the vehicle continues straight, but then several streets down, it kind of picks up. It enters into your rearview mirror again. Same car, same driver. There's also a person on a motorcycle. But that person has kind of stayed with you in traffic, not speeding up or trying to get a hold of you or anything, but just kind of there. Appears to be a person on a motorcycle. There's a ponytail whipping in the breeze from underneath. So whoever it is, it's definitely female.
Okay, so I'll let everybody know.
We'll hit the smoke
does the hair color match either Little Dragon's bodyguard or the lass from the government agency?
Hard to tell, especially while you guys are moving through traffic. Okay. If you had to guess, you'd have to it may be the government agent.
Okay.
The person's wearing like a leather jacket, and black slacks, black helmet, but maybe the hair color is about the same. It's really hard to tell in the middle of traffic.
Okay.
All right.
Keep an eye. Yeah.
Thomas, are you doing anything?
Yeah. Do we have a smoke screen button? That'd be great.
You have a smoke screen. Are you going to activate said smoke screen?
Let's make some sharp turns and deploy the smoke screen.
And then brake just in front and just smack into the back.
Yep. There you go.
All right. So you make a couple of turns, and then you activate the smoke screen.
Yep.
All right. How thick are you making the smoke? Like blackout conditions on the road, or are you going full? Are you going for like kind of muffler is bad?
Let's go. Cars on fire.
Yeah. Dangerous oil spill fire.
Right.
All right, so let's see. All right, so you guys are driving. The smoke starts pouring out from under the wheels, all over the car. You come to a stoplight. Do you stop or do you gun it?
You know what? I think we're gonna gun it.
All right, give me an action check.
Right. So is this,
while he does this, Stanley is like, the light is red. The light is red. The light is red.
so is this a roll high check or a roll low check?
You want to get 5 or 6? You should have a +1, I think, to driving skill rolls.
Okay. I do. I got a 4.
All right. So you're just like, you come up to the light, kind of like gradually. There's like 2 cars in front of you. You ditch to the sidewalk, right? Everybody just kind of like dives out of the way. It's not very early, so probably 10:30 at night. There's just some casual strollers going by, and they all dive out of the way or like sink themselves into doorways of shops and stuff to kind of give you free reign of the sidewalk. You barrel through into traffic. There's several near misses and a small car crash that happens as you pass through, and then you get to the other side. Do you jam it?
Sorry, Grandma. Yeah, I get it.
All right. As you do that, the motorcycle rider follows suit. The smoke doesn't seem like it's doing much of anything to to deter that rider. Seems to have an easy time of going through it.
All right, guys, you guys are gonna have to pick him off because he's not leaving.
All right, Mike, Aid, you're the 2 with your hands free. What are you guys doing? Anything?
Okay, well, I can take a shot if you want me to take a shot out the wheel and see if we can cause a accident.
I actually don't. I think Aid's the one for this job. I'll let him take the first shot, and I'll back him up.
All right, so you're leaning out the window, or are you just shooting out the back?
I will, if I can make way to the back, I will shoot out directly out the back, so I can actually get a fairly straight line rather than cutting across the back of the car.
All right, Thomas, do you roll down the window, or do you allow him to just blow out the window?
I'll roll it down.
All right, because you guys, your car has been BAMF-ified, and that means that you guys have some armor plating. There's bullet-resistant glass and shielding, so yeah, you don't want him to fire this off unless he's got something clear to go through.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to take a shot at the rider?
Yeah, I got my semi-automatic pistol, so I get rated for a 2. So +1 to hit, and I would just try and shoot the bike rather than the rider.
Oh, you're going for the bike?
Going for the bike. We're trying to disable the bike.
All right, so you're going to need, let's see, you're going to need a 15 or higher on that.
15 or higher. Okay, first shot is a 9, so that's a miss.
All right, so you tick off the first shot. You have the very loud report of a pistol inside the cabin as he sends the shot outward. It pings off a stop sign, perforating the O. In a nice display of marksmanship. So if you're going to miss, you might as well miss big. The second shot?
Okay, second shot's also a miss. This is 13, though, so slightly nearer.
All right. So, there's that, right? You see, after the fact, her head ducks because obviously, the bullet and much faster than reflexes. And she kind of starts zigging and zagging throughout traffic, trying to keep a hold of you. You don't see that Volvo anywhere.
Yeah. Now wait, Aid, you said you had a 13?
I have a 13, yes.
I thought we were rolling D6 on skill checks.
Oh, that's skill checks. This is an attack roll.
This is an attack roll. I'm assuming rolling D20, yeah.
D20.
Because it's
All
ACs, yes. So
just making sure. All right.
Yeah.
Since Aid missed, I'll take a shot if I have a chance to.
Yep, you do. Go for it.
All right, cool. Let's see. I'm rolling D20, and do you want me to read out the character sheet? I think we got similar semi-auto pistol, +2 to hit, damage 1d6, rate of fire 2.
Yep.
Range 75 feet, so we're probably out of range, but let's roll it. What am I aiming for?
You need a 15 or higher.
Got a 14.
All right. So you pull off a round. Your first round shatters a windshield
Mhm.
that she was driving by.
Mhm.
You see that particular car spin out and crash into a line of cars parked on the side of the road. You get a second shot.
Yep. Get a second ready to fire 2. Oh, 13 plus 2 to hit. I got 15. Just
All right.
hit it.
All right. It clips her in the shoulder.
Mhm.
You see her. You see her like the front wheel kind of
Mhm.
cavitate. The whole bike shakes back and forth, and she what do you call it? She slides the bike.
Mhm.
Thomas, do you continue driving forward, or do you bank at that point?
You know what? Let's bank off, go off the main road and try to disappear.
As you guys are,
I will slap Charlie on the shoulder and say that was a great shot. I was aiming for the bike.
You're a great humanitarian, Grant.
as you guys are driving, and you see this like little like ballistic action mission force logo in hologram kind of hovering over the little area in the center console where you guys have been trying to decode the key fob. Do you have any tech skills, Stanley, that you can put into play on this?
I have not really. I'm much better with people than with tech. He struggles with his cell phone.
All right, so Nelson kind of guides you through trying to decode so that you guys can just ditch the vehicle and kind of like poof scatter and kind of walk away in all different directions to reassemble somewhere else at another time. And he's having a hard time cracking this. The encryption is just crazy. And he says, Stanley, I'm going to need you to pocket that. We're going to have to maybe do a handoff somewhere else.
He says, of course, tip top.
So then, what do you call it? You guys bank again, and then you see the heads-up display holographic kind of flash into the windscreen, and it's showing you the route that you're currently taking, and tracing ahead of you, a red line appears and creates a route toward what looks like a warehouse. Nelson says over the comms, I want you to go here.
En route.
All right. So are you guys doing anything else while you're driving in, kind of surveying the scene? Do you still got a smoke screen going on?
No, I'll cut that.
All right. Aid, doing anything else while you're driving in?
Just keep an eye at the back to make sure that there's no one else within shooting range.
Gotcha. Stanley.
We can look for a garage we can drive into so they can repaint the vehicle real quick.
Well, they what do you call it? They're giving you they're giving you like a location, like a warehouse that you guys are going to drive into, and they're going to like shut down so that you won't be able to be seen from the outside.
Great.
Mike, you doing anything?
Pretty much what Aid is doing. I'm just looking at the back window, reloading my pistol, trying to keep my head down.
Gotcha. And Stanley, just pocketing and waiting for you guys to drive where you need to drive?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you get into like the industrial section. You turn a corner and you see a door opening. The thing drives up and drives in. Door shuts. A whole bunch of technicians just come out of the shadows. They start, like motioning you forward. They drop a bunch of cases, start opening stuff. One of the techs starts, rigging the car that you're in with thermite. So basically, it's a grenade that will, when they pull the pin, will turn the truck to molten slag.
Mm-hmm.
They start motioning you guys forward, and they give you what kind of looks like a souped-up Dodge Charger. And one of the guys is like, "I know it's kind of cramped, but come on, get in. You guys are gonna like this a little bit better."
Pack it in tight, make your buddy smile.
All right, the rest of you cram in.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So
Stanley says, is there enough seatbelts for everyone?
Oh my god, that's perfect. All right, so you guys drop in. You've been in one of these models before. This is a Super Interceptor car that Banff uses to kind of on like normally foreign missions. Thomas, you have access to front-mounted chain guns that are mounted underneath the chassis of the car, but will fire forward. Aid from the passenger seat. You have access to a rear-mounted weapon systems as well as like defensive measures, and then Mike, from your side, you have like drone access, and Stanley, from your side, all sorts of comms gear and all sorts of stuff. So you guys hop in, and Nelson immediately pops on. He goes, "All right, you the gas, so listen up and listen tight." He goes, "Thomas, here's your route." And then, you get this huge like holographic that goes across your windscreen and kind of gives you the route. He's like, "Memorize it, because once you guys are wheels out, we're cutting communications, we're breaking down this operation, and we're gonna get out as much as we can." He says, "Charlie, I'm going to need you to run drone reconnaissance in the area, so that's going to be at your station." He says, "Grant, make sure weapons rear. And Stanley, I'm going to need you to get a hold of some of your contacts, and we're going to need a safe place to lie low. You're going to have to negotiate a safe house on the run, because I think somebody just burned us." He's like, "And that fob is broadcasting your location."
Damn it.
So he starts going through a little more of the details, and then he says, "All right, time's up, gentlemen." He goes, "Good hunting, good luck." You see the door. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Aren't we actually being hunted?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'll peel out, burn some rubber on the way out.
All right. You just managed to have the door up high enough as the roof barely skims the door as you come out. The car rocks and slams as you come out the other side, because obviously it's like a ramp. So you guys came out almost horizontal, and you hit. There's a quick bounce, and then you start taking off again.
All right.
Mike, do you launch anything from your side?
Yeah, what do I have to launch? What kind of drones do I have? Are they just standard spy drones, or do they have offensive capabilities, or what do we have?
So you have 2 aerial drones that can provide you reconnaissance in and around the area.
Yeah.
They can fly independent, or you can direct them, and they are each loaded with 16 grams of ultra-high explosive.
Oh, so you can kamikaze them with explosives. All right,
Yes,
sounds
sir.
good. Yeah, we'll launch them both, and kind of just set them on a reconnaissance mode right now, just to see who's following us and make a plan from there.
Thomas, Aid, are you guys going guns up immediately, or are you kind of holding off until something happens?
I've got an SMG on my count sheet, so I will have that on my lap, ready to go in case I need to use it.
Okay, and also from your seat, you have a control station. It's like a little set of glasses, and then what kind of looks like almost like a Nintendo Switch controller.
Okay, well, then I'll get to fiddle with that then. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, so you have that.
Glasses on, start having a look, start to see if I can actually figure out how the damn thing works, but yes.
Okay, so you have a coaxial chain gun in the trunk, as well as 2 missiles that will fire out from underneath the chassis of the car.
Okay.
And then you have like countermeasures: smoke, oil, flaming oil, and an acid slick.
Okay, cool.
All right, Thomas, same thing. Are you going guns up immediately, or are you waiting till something happens?
No, I think that he would probably get some distance from their previous location, and then kind of slow down and kind of try to blend in.
Okay.
Not pull any guns out, but just be cautious.
All right. They kind of directing you to the interstate so that you have a little more room to maneuver, as well as get you out in the open. It looks like your target is to pull off toward one of the national parks and it looks like they're going to extract you guys there.
Okay.
Stanley, are you making any calls to try and?
Yeah, and I think he gets a +2 to this.
Okay.
For his network of informants. Yeah. So should I be rolling my charisma for that, or is that?
Yes, please.
You got it. And that's just a D6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6 with my +2. That's an 8.
All right. So in the next city over, there's a kind of shady dude that you've been dealing with off and on, and he gets on the line and he's like, man, it's been a long time. I haven't heard from you in forever. What's going on?
He says, no time for catch up. I'm afraid that we'll need to talk in person. Put the kettle on for 6.
Hold on a second. I got somebody saying that you guys are Stanley. Yeah, you guys are more than lukewarm right now. What's going on, buddy?
He says, I'm afraid that you needn't concern yourself about that. I'm calling in a favor on this one.
Give me another charisma check.
You got it. That time it's only a 2. +2 is 4.
All right. He says, there was that time in Tijuana. Oh, all right. Get here as soon as you can.
He says, you're a gentleman and a scholar. We'll see you soon.
You're a liar. I love you. And then he hangs up. As you guys are driving, Thomas, in the rear view, several holograms appear on the side, kind of in your peripheral vision, and you can see a couple of cars like quickly gaining speed. One of them looks like the SUV from Little Dragon.
All right. You know what? I'll drop it down a gear and punch it and start weaving through traffic.
As you're doing that, from one of the overpasses, there's an explosion of concrete and oh no, what happened to Stanley? There's an explosion of concrete and like metal fencing. There he is.
Sorry about that.
An explosion of concrete and metal fencing as another black SUV kind of bounces into the roadway ahead of you. Several cars veer off away from it to try and get out of the maelstrom. It's got a huge wide back bumper and it jams on the brakes.
All right. Evasive maneuvers.
All right. Give me an action check.
All right.
So you need a 5 or a 6.
All right. I've got a 2.
What is your bonus for driving?
I think it's a +1, right?
Should be right on your sheet.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, +1 to all saving throws when behind the wheel.
All right.
So that's on an action check. +1 to action for driving. Yep.
All right. So that would be a 3.
That'd be a 3.
All right. So now I'm gonna need a saving throw from you.
All right.
All right. So that should also be on your sheet.
Okay.
To see how bad you hit this thing.
All right. So I've got a 19.
Is
it a roll up or roll down?
Yeah. You roll over. You're fine.
Okay.
So you clip the side of this like very wide, like imagine like the ram on a police car, but it's on the back. And you swerve at the last second. It blasts the front passenger side headlight, rips up the side of the car, and you hear you hear the rear wheel on that side, like there's a loud ka-thunk, as you slam against it. You fishtail and just manage to recover as you zoom around it, and then that car kind of like weaves and stops, and everybody.
Yeah, that's going to leave a scratch.
Captain Kilgosha's like, fire the driver. All right. As you plow around it, you see a bunch of other cars like zoom past that same car, and they're in pursuit. Aid, you have the rear fired weapons. What do you do?
Yeah, I will take a shot if possible. If they're going to annoy with us, I will shoot back.
All right, you got 2 cars on you, Mike.
Yeah.
As Aid is shooting, there's a you got like little glasses that you can wear that show you the drone feeds.
Mhm.
You see like a bunch of heat signatures. One of the heat signatures has kind of like what looks like maybe a medallion. What do you call it? Blocking some of the heat, and he's like giving like the yo sign.
Oh, so it's a little dragon.
So yeah, that's the car that's kind of chasing you on your passenger side.
Okay.
So the other car, you can just see a bunch of heat signatures, and it identifies weapon signatures in both cars.
Okay, and these are our only 2 opponents right now. We got rid of the one that was in front of us
For the moment, yes.
for the moment. Okay.
All right, so Aid, you're lighting up guns?
Yeah.
All right, just so that you know, the missile you had 2 missiles, but the missile on the passenger's side where all that damage is locked in its foil. It's not going to be able to disengage, so you only have the one.
Okay. So D20 stand attack.
All right, are you using the chain gun or the missile?
Oh, we use the missile first of all. You
Go
might as
big or
well.
go home.
Yeah.
All right, yep, it's a D20. You need a 12 or higher.
I got a 12. That was lucky. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so this thing, there's a short pop. You hear it disengage from inside. In all of the holograms, you guys see this thing streak out. He tries to avoid it. Oh, dude. He tries to avoid it, and as he does, the SUV kind of veers. It strikes broadside of the SUV, blowing it off of the street. It tumbles end over end and lands on the center guardrail, sliding across with sparks and all sorts of debris littering the road. That brings us to let's see, Stanley. Are you doing anything?
No, it's their show now.
Thomas.
All right. Thomas is going to try to recover, and he says, "Sorry about that, guys. We're just going to take a little detour, and I'm gonna try to lose these guys by going into oncoming traffic."
Oh God! All right, so you jump the median when there's a break. You guys are sitting there, kind of doing your thing, and it looks like there's this like little old lady trying to do a U-turn on one of the medians, like totally illegal. So you're going to need an action check to avoid her as you cross the median.
7. 6 plus 1, 7.
Nice. All right. She's just like doing one of these, and right as she turns like into your side, you see her like right behind these giant Coke bottle glasses. Her eyes go like 3 sizes too big, and you rip by her, showering her car in all sorts of dirt and debris. Mike, you're on the drones. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to save Betty White if possible.
All right.
So
yeah, go ahead.
She seems okay.
Yeah, she seems okay.
Okay. So there was 2 cars chasing us. Aid shot one. There's one left. Which one is it? The one with little dragon that's left or not?
It is.
All right. I will activate the explosives on one of the drones and try to impact it into the front hood.
All right. Go for it.
What do you want me to D20 aiming for what?
D20, and you need a 14 or higher.
Oh, that's not going to happen, but let's try. Oh, shit. Natural 20.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. All right, so you got these little drones. They're about like remote control car size, but on like 4 rotors.
Yeah.
You see the rotors tilt, and this thing just zoom in.
I have a visual aid. 1 second.
Oh, we hit. This is better than when he cuts away to YouTube. Yes, there we go. Hell yeah. Right? That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So
we
you
play
see-
with these. So yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, natural 20. So we knock them out. What goes on?
You see the thing, what do you call it? Heading straight for the windscreen.
Mhm.
You see the driver as the the optics on the drone kind of hone in on everything. You see the ponytail that you gave the card to, Thomas, kind of like go to swerve, and the drone zips under the car. There's an explosion. The what do you call it? It rocks up onto its front wheels. Mike, can you give me damage? That's 5d6.
Yep. 1 second on that. Oh. Goddamn. 10?
Yeah, that's actually not bad. It'll blow out both of the back tires.
Okay.
Now they're going to have to make a control roll. It blows the back of the tires out. All you see is sparks and rubber shooting out from the back tires. It fishtails, and then as it's trying to come into oncoming traffic, it clips the back of Grandma. They both whirl into like a what do you call it? Almost like a dance of two cars, and they come to a stop on the correct side of the highway as you're weaving back in and out of traffic. You don't see any further pursuit cars. Thomas, are you going to stay on the wrong side of the road, or are you going to sweep back to the other side?
No, I'll swerve back, but when I do, I'll say, "Damn, Charlie, don't kill my future ex-wife."
All right, you guys swerve back. You get to the kind of the national park where your Captain Kilgosha in the Twitch chat is saying, "You killed Grandma." What do you call it? You guys get to like this national park. You drive into like a camping area and pull into the preordained section. After a little bit, you see like a spotlight come down on you, and when you look up, there's this huge rotor wash of two Chinook helicopters coming in. They drop down ropes like these sling load things, and Thomas, you activate these little pylons that swerve from under the car. It takes a minute to get the ones on the damaged side to engage, but after that, you guys jump out, secure the car, hop back in. You take off, and they kind of drive you over the interstate, drive you high enough to where really not going to be tracked from the ground. And then they deposit you in the next city over. You drive into an underground garage where several technicians that kind of look like street thugs kind of grab the car. Your contact, Stanley, comes out and says, hey, come here. You got that thing?
Stanley shrugs his shoulders and says, "I'm afraid not. I've had to leave it with safer targets than me."
He says, "You don't have the fob?" He goes, "Because that thing's still broadcasting." He goes, "Nelson called me. I got this box. It's gonna secure the fob so it won't broadcast."
He says, "Did Nelson give you the password?"
He goes, "There's no damn password. Give me the fob."
Stanley looks dejected.
He hands you the box. He goes, "Fine, you hold the box. Just put it in the box."
Stanley does so.
He's like, "Oh, thank God."
Quite against procedure.
He says,
No one respects tradecraft as much as Stanley.
He says, I don't know how you guys have lived this long. So as you guys are going into the safe house, the news is playing. Several agents are being interviewed about a potential terrorist threat that was called into a cruise line ship.
Mhm.
There was a high-speed chase that was viewed. Several people caught it on cell phones. The grandma was on FaceTime with her daughter trying to get a directions to their house for a family reunion when you guys hit. and there's like video of the thing spinning around, and she's like, and it was the most scariest thing I have ever been in, as the curtains close on Basic Action Mission Force.
Woot, woot.
Woo!
Well, that was a good time. This is a good time to point out that White Lies is a fun game available for free from DriveThruRPG right now by Mr. Bill Logan. So I'll throw that link up in the banner. And fantastic. What do you guys want to play next week?
No idea.
Yeah.
Put out that we can review again if there's anything on there we can take a look at.
Right on. Definitely, probably a conversation we can have off the air.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks to everybody for coming out to play today. Always a pleasure, guys. And thanks to everyone for watching us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And we will catch you next time on the BAMF Podcast.